Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say.
There is one film franchise that nobody can agree on. They changed the actors, and they got horrible reviews on all their movies. Almost all of them. You know what I'm talking about. X-Men.
That's not my voice. My voice did not suddenly deepen. This is a podcast with Alex. Yay. You read the title. This is a spoiler talk, so if you haven't seen the movie, click away. But if you don't want to see the movie, still watch. Okay, without any further ado, let's start with Alex. Thoughts on the movie?
I thought it was very good, very well done, and it was an X-Men movie, so
You know what to expect. Well, I knew what to expect, but it was still a little bit better than I thought. First, the ending scene is so good. Like, they're just sitting there and they start playing chess. Like, of course they have to play chess because it's a tradition. And at first he's like, no, I don't want to play chess. And then he's like, okay, I'll play chess. But they don't even show them playing chess.
Because it's...
The camera just goes up and it just, like, stops.
And then there's a little beam in the sky.
The Phoenix Force.
That...
is maybe Jean Grey, but we don't know because will never be a single other X-Men movie.
So they're kind of just leaving us hanging there.
Well, I don't think anybody really cares what happens next. Okay, I know that stretch of audio was really bad, and that's because I was stupid and my microphone wasn't plugged in, but it's plugged in now, so just, like, bear with me.
So the movie opens with people driving down the road, and then there's radio that's changing back and forth between channels because they really can't decide what they want to listen to.
Jean can't decide what she wants to listen to.
Yeah. And then they go into the car crash, and then it's Shazam all over again with the flying glass.
Actually, it's the
slow
flashback.
motion.
A flashback where the kid is mad at the father, and so they cause a car crash. That's exactly like Shazam.
Yes.
It's literally
exactly.
They copied Shazam.
Yeah.
Or Shazam copied them because this was made first. I don't know. And then the astronauts go in space, and I really feel like that plane taking off, the jet taking off, was stock footage, which is basically footage you buy to use in your movie. That's not made by you. Because it looked like every other plane takeoff. There's nothing special about it. I'm quite sure that was stock footage. And then the Phoenix Force just comes out of nowhere, and we never really get an explanation of why. And
they just want to save people, and then they can be celebrities.
I wish there was
again.
another one of those Quicksilver scenes with music.
That would have been
at the
cool.
spaceship when he's saving them all.
That would have been nice.
And then he's like, I did all the work. She did a little bit. But the thing goes inside of her. And then there's the party with Dazzler, who was a nice surprise because I was not expecting her. And then, plot twist, her dad is alive. And they want it to be a plot twist, but it's not because we literally only found out about her dad 30 minutes earlier. So it's not like this big reveal that they thought it was. So she goes looking for him, and then you get the whole Mystique dies scene. And Alex thinks that was kind of sad. I could see why it was, but I don't care about Mystique.
Also, I just want to say that Dad was really rude and mean. I did not like him.
I thought when he went to get the water, he was going to call the police. Is what I thought was happening. Because I thought Charles might have washed his memory of Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Like he blocked off her. And then Mystique dies as she gets stabbed through the chest. And then Quicksilver runs at her and she just eats him across the world. And then he's just like dead for the rest of the movie. Then he comes back at the end. That was kind of weird.
That was.
And Nightcrawler got crushed, but he lived.
Yeah.
Because he teleported. And then Jean gets sad and leaves again. And then she goes to find Magneto and he's living in this trash village.
It wasn't trash.
It was dumpsters.
No, it was like
shipping containers.
It was like a Paradise Island place with dumpsters.
And apparently he's looking after mutants also. And there's this one mutant who's like Medusa, where he can control his hair.
Yeah.
And this other girl who just has short hair and she just like fights. She doesn't really do anything. And then the FBI or some army people come, and Magneto just wants to live his life, and he asks Jean, whose blood is that? And she's like, I don't want to tell you.
And then he asks her like 20 more times.
And she's like, I don't want to tell you. And then Beast tells him that it was Raven. And
then he's like,
I actually forgot that I remembered after that he trained Mystique in the first one, so that would make sense why he was sad. And now he just wants to kill Jean when he said he wanted to protect her earlier. And then there's just these 3 light things, and they just fall down out of nowhere. There's no explanation behind them. And let's talk about them. They're Skrulls. They're meant to be Skrulls. We all know. They changed this movie because it was too similar. Might have been too similar to Captain Marvel, because when they're talking in the language, they're like the something the something Empire. I guarantee that was changed. It was originally going to say Skrull Empire.
Because they're exactly
because they're like green. They don't look the exact same as the MCU, but they're green and
greenish.
He just takes the form of her, and then she just goes up to the guy and touches his stomach, and he faints, and then she just goes ah! And just screams, and then she goes after Jean and finds her somehow. There's no explanation in this movie on how everyone finds anyone. Like, Jean just finds Magneto, so does the X-Men. This alien girl just finds her. And then we get to the Civil War scene, where they all just start fighting, and that scene is so cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It was really neat.
They're just all just fighting, and of course it's X-Men, so you have to have that F-bomb. Anyway, they fight, and then Magneto.
They have this big fight, and
Magneto goes in the building, and I thought he died, but then he didn't.
And his face was getting crushed by his helmet, and then it expands.
And then this is the weird part when you think about it. She makes him walk up the stairs, and I thought he was gonna die there. I really thought he was gonna die. And then no one dies, and they all just get on this train. And then we commence the final battle.
Ooh.
But on the train, and you wanted to talk about this.
Oh, yeah. So
Nightcrawler
Nightcrawler was just crazy. He got so mad because...
why did he even...
Well, no, because one of the Skrull-like people killed the soldier, and he was mad. And he was so mad, and it was just a soldier that he didn't even know, but he was still so mad that he just started
cutting people's heads off with his tail.
Put one person in front of the train.
He wraps his tail around the guy and just breaks his neck, and then he teleports this girl into the train.
Yeah.
And that was so
Kaboom.
funny. And then the train just hits her. And Magneto was killing people too, but it's Magneto. So.
Yeah.
That scene when he's shooting the guns at her is so cool.
Oh, that part, yeah. That part was so cool. Pew, 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 pew.
And the effects are so good in this movie, is what I found. The visual effects are so good.
Yeah, they were.
And then Jean, she's dead. She's incapacitated for a while. And then they go into Charles' mind. And I said when we were leaving the theater, but when it first showed the shadow of Professor X in his mind, I thought it might have been Patrick Stewart. Which would have been really cool. But he's done with the franchise, like they all are. Anyways, and then they're in the mind, and she's like, I want to protect my family. So she becomes Dark Phoenix, but she's not Dark Phoenix, she's just Phoenix.
White Phoenix.
It's Phoenix.
I know.
And she's super powerful, and she just turns these people to ash.
Yeah, it was Thanos snap all over again.
And then my favorite part of the movie, she takes the bad guy up. The bad guy wasn't that good, not gonna lie. But she takes her up, and then it actually shows the phoenix, it's the outline of a phoenix, which is really cool.
That was really
the effects are so good. And then I had a feeling she was gonna die. I had a feeling she would sacrifice herself. And then it's the last scene, and it's the Jean Grey school. That was kind of stupid.
Yep.
It's
no,
just so
the G-Men.
The G-Men. Jean Grey. They should have just called it the Grey School or the Jean School. It's not Charles Xavier, it's Xavier's school.
Well, he's retired and he's not except Beast is now running the whole thing. Remember he was at the office now. So
Xavier retired. Can he walk now? I couldn't tell in that scene. Did he have a new chair?
Yeah, he had a new chair. Yeah.
And then the president just ditches them. And actually that was way earlier.
Yeah, that was at the start.
And fudge, what am I going to say? It's a podcast. No, you're not. Just fast forward a tiny bit.
Oh.
And Quicksilver's back after being dead for half the movie. And then
I really think he should have been in more of the movie.
He should have died.
No, he should
They
have
should
been
have
more.
shown him died.
He's an amazing part of the X-Men.
I would rather have him died than... Actually, no, I wouldn't. I just want them both to die. I kind of wish Jean killed more people. And I think they'll release the original ending on Blu-ray, which they said was more like Civil War. But, and the final scene, like I said, I love the final scene. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. When she's doing her speech, and is she like Tony Stark, where it's like a hologram and she just left a message, because isn't she dead? But then we see her flying down at the end, so is she dead or not? Do you think she's dead?
Cliffhangers.
That we'll never get to see, and nobody cares. Anyway, she's like, this is not the end of the X-Men. I said in the theater, but it is.
Yep. It's not, but it is. Yeah.
The X-Men will live on, but no more movies. Tell the MCU. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that it's just over, so the MCU can just have their people back.
Yeah, I hope they do something good with them in the MCU.
Anyway, that's the Dark Phoenix spoiler talk. So if you haven't seen my spoiler-free review, go back and watch it. As of the time this is uploaded, it was put out yesterday. So go back and watch that spoiler-free. So what did you guys think of this? Did you like the deaths? Don't read the comments if you haven't seen the movie. But why would you be this far if you haven't seen the movie? But anyway, comment your thoughts on this video. Ring the notification bell. Subscribe.
Yeah, do all that stuff.
Get me to 1,000 subscribers so you can make the Zed Discord.
Discord!
Follow my Instagram. And one more thing.
Now, the moment you've kind of been waiting for. Soestic Clothing.
Soestic Clothing is an awesome online cheap store for all things gaming apparel. So
Sure
if you're
is.
a gamer like me, you're going to love Soestic Clothing.
Oh, yeah.
Click the link in the description, and when you buy something off of that link, you'll be supporting me. Also, when you check out, use the promo code ZED to support me as well.